Now, I would like to talk about something else. May I?
Yes, sir.
I've asked you what you would like to talk about. And then I will, after asking you all these questions, I would like to talk to you about something else. May I?
Yes, sir.
All of you? Yes, sir. Human beings like you have capacity, have some kind of hidden talent. Talent, you understand? That is to paint, to play the violin, to play the flute, or to be a very good human being. Human beings have hidden talents, right? And your society, your parents, everybody says, become a businessman, or become a doctor, or become an engineer, or become Indian administrative person, service, right? So your brain, you understand what is inside the skull, is conditioned by your parents or by the society in which you live. You understand what?
Yes, sir.
So your own talent is destroyed by this pressure. You might be a great painter, right? Or a great singer, or a marvelous botanist, horticulturist, right? Horticulture. But your parents, your society, no, that's not good enough. You must become really businessman, or a good doctor, or IAS. So you destroy your own talent. And what is important is to have your own talent. Then you are happy with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Sir, but...
Wait, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking now. And you're listening to me. That's one thing. Human beings have essentially in their hidden a certain talent, right? Not always to become a businessman or a captain in the army or as a flyer. So you have to discover your own talent and stick to that talent. Whether you become poor, rich, successful.
Sir, but you can also be a businessman, and by the side of it, you can also sing.
What?
So you can also be a businessman, and by the side of it, you can also sing or paint or whatever.
You are clever boys. You see, you have really trained these boys beautifully. They say you can become a businessman, or a general, or an army captain, and also paint. You follow how his brain is working? You're quite right, sir. Then you do neither thing properly, fully, happily.
Why, sir?
Because you're torn between the two.
Please finish it, yours.
Yes, I know this. You understand what I mean?
Yes. Sir?
Wait a minute. I'm talking for a while. So, it's very difficult also to discover your own talent. And it might not lead you to success. Doesn't matter then. You understand? Then you don't mind not having much money. Because you have got something in yourself. Right?
Yes, sir.
So find out, all of you, find out your own talent. Your own, something your own. Not imposed by education, by engineer, by your parents, by society, but find out something that you have for yourself.
So, but if our parents force us to do...
I know your parents force you to become an engineer, force you to become something or other. But when you are young, play the game, say yes, accept that and find out yourself.
Sir, but tomorrow, supposing something happens to us...
I know, just listen to what I am saying. Because I've got something more to say. Right?
Yes.
You don't mind?
Yes.
And also, you are going to enter into a world when you leave this marvelous valley with all the rocks and the shadows and the trees and the flowers and the really peaceful campus. You're going to face a world that is terrible, right? There is violence, kidnapping, shooting, bribing. The world is becoming more and more dangerous, right? And the world is becoming corrupt all over the world, not only in India, where it's quite blatant. You know what the word blatant means?
Yes.
Quite open. They say, give me something before I go do something else. There's corruption, right? All over the world, not only here in this country, but in America, in France, in England, political corruption, social corruption, black market, right, and so on. There's tremendous corruption all over the world, right? We say that corruption is bribing, passing money under the table, right? Paying cash without giving an account. All that's called corruption, right? But that's only a symptom. You know what symptom means?
The signs.
Huh? Do you know what symptom? Right. Symptom means I have eaten something very heavy food and I have a tummy ache. The tummy ache is the symptom. But the cause is my eating a wrong food. Got it?
Yes.
So, I want to go into the cause of corruption. We say corruption. I hope you're all listening because you're all going to face the world when you leave Rishi Valley.
Supposing you, if you don't take the money he's giving, sir, he might do something worse. If you take the money also, you're going to keep feeling the heart you shouldn't have.
If I give you money on the table, you become corrupt.
Yes, sir.
And then you also become corrupt because you are accepting money, on the, right?
Yes, sir. But if I don't take it, then he will do something.
I know. If you don't take it, it'll hurt you. I know. Just listen, understand what is the cause of corruption. You understand? Corruption isn't merely passing money under the table, bribing, black market, but it has, the cause is something entirely different, right? I'm going to go into that if you're interested. Corruption begins with self-interest. Do you understand this?
Yes.
If I'm interested in myself and what I want, what I must be, if I'm greedy, envious, harsh, brutal, cruel, there is corruption. You understand? Corruption begins in your heart, in your mind. Not just giving bribe money, and that also is corruption. But the real cause of corruption is inside you. Unless you find that out and change that, you will be a corrupt human being. You understand what I'm saying? Corruption is when you are angry, when you are jealous, when you hate people, when you are lazy, when you say this is right and I feel this is right and stick to it. You understand what I'm saying?
So, it looks like everything comes down to selfishness.
Everything comes under selfishness. You're quite right. Corruption begins there. You understand, little boy?
Yes.
So don't be corrupt. It doesn't matter if you die for it.
Sir?
Wait, listen to me. You understand? We are all so frightened. You say, but how will I live? What will I do if I'm not corrupt, when the whole people around me are corrupt? You understand what I mean by corruption? Not just the outward sign, but the deep inward sense of corruption that human beings live with. Selfish, thinking about themselves, wanting their success, envious. You understand? So, corruption is inside, in your heart, in your brain. So if you understand that very carefully, and you are really serious, not cynical. Most of those grown-up boys who are going to live have become cynical. They see what the world is. They say, well, I've got to accept it. That's a form of cynicism. But if you understand very carefully from now that corruption is not merely passing money under the table, bribing whether it's 2 rupees or $10 million. It's still bribing. And being violent is part of what is called corruption, terror, all that. That's what's happening in the world. If you are a human being growing up, don't be like them. Don't become angry. Don't be envious. Don't always seek success.
So how can we stop all that? How can we stop being envious and...
If you want to be envious and see what happens. You understand? But if you don't want to be envious, don't be envious. You don't say, how do I stop it? If you see something dangerous, like a cobra, nobody tells you, you run. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, corruption inside is most dangerous. Right?
Yes.
So don't be corrupt. Begin there first, not out there. You understood?
Yes, sir.
Will you do it? Don't promise.
So?
Wait, don't ever promise unless you're absolutely going to carry it out. Right? But if you see how important it is in life, because you're all growing up, growing into this terrible world. It's an insane world. You understand? There is no sanity in the political world, in the religious world, right? In the economic world, there is no sanity. So, please, I'm just pointing out to you, whether you're grown up or leaving this marvelous valley, or staying here for another 2-4 years, don't be corrupt inside. Don't seek vanity, pride. Don't say I'm superior to somebody else. You know, you learn a great deal when there is humility. You know the word humility? Yes. You learn a great deal if you're really humble. But if you're merely seeking success, money, power, position, status, you understand? Then you are beginning with corruption. You might be poor. Be poor. Who cares? That's why it's important for you, for all of you, to find your own talent and stick to it, even though it doesn't bring you success, fame, and all that, which is all nonsense anyhow, because we're all going to die. You understand, old boy? While you live. Not with all the rubbish that's going on.
So then, why don't people realize this, sir?
Because they don't think, they don't feel, they are thinking about themselves all the time. Their job, their administration, their work. You understand? They're not interested in this. Very few are.
To get rid of insecurity, we have to get rid of fear first, no?
Fear. Right?
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you. Show you. You have to learn. Not from me. Learn. What is fear?
Fear is nothing but the thing which we think which is bad for us.
Something you don't know about.
Wait, see, you don't listen to somebody else first. You're always ready with your own question. He said, do you know what he said? You don't. Because you didn't listen. Because your own question was more important. That is selfishness. Right? He said, fear. How is one to be free of fear, right? You meant that, didn't you? Right? So, first listen to that question. He said, what is fear? How is one to be free of it? Now, do you know you're afraid?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Why?
I think it's because I think of something which makes me feel okay.
Now, just a minute, you have said something tremendous. I don't know if you're aware of it. You have said something very true.
So then
Just-
if we don't think of something, then
That's it. You have learned, first thing, that thinking brings fear. Right?
yes, sir.
Right?
I know, sir.
Right? So you have to find out what is thinking, not how to stop fear. You understand? You just now said very carefully that thinking brings fear, which is true. I might die tomorrow, and I'm frightened. I might lose my job, I'm frightened. Right? So thinking brings fear. Yeah? Say? Then what is thinking? You have to go step by step to find out what is thinking.
So, to get rid of thinking, to get rid of fear, we have to get rid of thinking.
No, I said never get rid of anything because it will come back.
Okay, so you said if anything is dangerous, you'll wipe it out by yourself.
Yes.
So you see that fear is
No,
dangerous.
first listen carefully. I said to you, fear, he said, fear exists, comes when you think about something, right? Fear I might die, fear I might lose my job, fear of my father, fear of my teachers, right? So as long as you are thinking about the future, right, there is fear, right? Now you have to find out what is thinking.
So it might be selfishness.
Yes, wait, I'm asking you something. First listen, boy. I'm not trying to stop you. What is thinking? Carefully, use your brain.
What the brain does.
Huh?
What the brain does.
No. Use your brain to find out what is thinking.
Imaginations.
Huh? Huh?
Imaginations.
Imagination, go on.
Sir, and what you've seen, you record and you think about it.
That is good. You're beginning. You're recording, aren't you? That is, oh Lord, I'll show you. Our brain, what is inside the skull, is recording. You are recording mathematics. You are recording geography, history. You are recording. A tape is recording. This is recording down there. You understand? I'm talking. Electrically, it's connected to that machine, and that's recording on the tape. Our brain acts exactly like that. It's recording, right? Mathematics, history, geography, your father. It's recorded your father.
Yes.
Right? Now, wait a minute. What do you mean by recording? Think it out. Use your...
To recall something back again.
What do you mean? Recording.
Absorb, sir.
Isn't it necessary to record?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Why?
So, to link the past to the future.
No, isn't it necessary to record? I hope the older people, older boys are paying attention to all this because it's their life.
Yes, sir.
So, recording is necessary when you write a letter, when you drive a car, right? When you have to pass an exam, unfortunately. When you record that you have a father in some place and a mother, right? All that's recording, that's necessary. Now, there's also another recording. I get hurt. You get it?
Yes, sir.
There are two kinds of recording. The recording of driving a car, driving a letter, becoming IAS, becoming an engineer. Listen carefully, old boy. You're following? And there's also another recording, me first. I am selfish. I want this. I want success. Right? So these two are recording all the time. Which is recording is memory, isn't it?
Yes.
Memory of your father. Memory of your mathematics. Right? So recording means memory, which is repeating.
Yeah.
Huh? You see this? When you learn mathematics, you are recording, you are repeating, memorizing. Like that. Tape. Right? So you become mechanical. Like the tape is mechanical, repeats, repeats, repeats. I am a Brahman, I'm a Brahman, I'm a Brahman. I'm a Hindu, I'm a Hindu. I am against communists, 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 right? And so on. We have, our brains then become conditioned, limited, small. Right? So thinking is part of memory. You can't have memory if you haven't met your father. If you haven't seen your father, your mother. So, you have seen the father and your mother, and that is stored in the brain as memory, and also that's knowledge. And knowledge is based on experience, of course. Right?
I'm memorizing, sir.
Right. You are memory. You understand? You are memory. The whole of your being is memory. Memory that you're Atman. Memory you've got a soul. Memory there is light inside you. Memory that there is God. It's all still memory. I know you listen carefully, find out if it is true what the speaker is saying or it's a lie. You understand? Find out. Your memory. Without memory, you're nothing. Memory your name, memory of your family, memory of mathematics, memory of going up that hill, memory of your friend. Right? So you are memory.
Yes.
Memory is something dead, gone.
And how are we alive?
Because the organ, you have food, you have air,
No, not
water.
Then how can we?
Find out, sir. That is the great point. You understand? Find out what is truth. Memory is not truth.
So what do you mean by truth, sir?
You can't describe it.
Sir, but I don't
What is the flower? What is that flower? Look at it. You never ask when you're looking at that flower, what is it? How does it come? You have the beauty of it. Please learn something. Beauty is truth. You understand? Beauty is truth. The beauty of good life, not successful life. Now, sirs, it's 10 to 11. Will you sit quietly for a minute? Sit quietly. All right, sirs. Thank you.